There's two things I really have to work on: forehand drives and backhand approaches. Alright, let's sketch up the idea for today. Today we've made our way to the beautiful Dillon Park. It's a 20-hole loop which we're going to separate into quarters. Holes 1 through 5 will be played backhand only. 6 through 10, forehand only. Next 5 holes, anything goes. I'm going to need a mental break after forcing myself to play 5 holes forehand only. My forehand is absolutely abysmal. The last 5 holes, well, that's kind of up to me. Here's how it will work. The last 5 holes will be played with whichever grip I do the worst with. So, let's say I go -1 through the backhand section, even through forehand, and -3 with anything goes, then surprise, we're forehanding the last 5 holes. Make sense? Sweet. Let's get to it. We've been here before, Dillon Park. It's a fun little course. If you haven't seen my 9-hole buzz only challenge, it should be like here-ish, somewhere in this area. I had fun making that one, but we're gonna do all 20 today. So, front 5, backhand only. We're gonna start on hole 1, latitude 64 Trident. Oh, great skip. That's a great spot. If it was flat down there, I'd be in the bullseye, but the basket's right on the side of a hill, so it might have rolled away. I don't know. We'll find out in a second, I guess. I made it pin high, and I was right. That the little slope there kind of ruined me a little bit. We're in circle 1 still. Yeah, these uphill putts, not the greatest at them. Par is not bad to start. Hole 2 is currently in its 252-foot position. It's pretty dead straight, overstable mid-range. Go rock 3. That gets up. That'll be good. Yep. Pine cone. Sweet. Birdie is good. See? This says 350. That says 315. Either way. Hole 3, 350 feet. Par 3. Got a really low ceiling forced right off the bat here off the tee. You have to throw over that OB marsh that we just played over on hole 2. Just now we're going the other way. Kind of just got to get something to flip up to flat. We're going to go with the instinct. See if this works okay for us. It is hot today. My palms are sweaty. You know, the line was really good. I am happy that I threw that straight. I just threw it down. Thankfully, I threw it high enough to get over the OB pond. Now, I mean, normally, I would take the forehand, but I can't do that right now. So, patent pending backhand it is. Yeah. That'll do just fine. All right. That's pretty good patent pending scramble from there. All right, hole 4. 257 feet. It's pretty dead straight. Try out the hex. Hopefully get a nice soft landing under those branches. Hit the tree. This is one time I'm aiming at a tree that I want to hit the tree. Stable up. Despite me turning it over, I've given myself about a 20-footer. Uphill again, though. Might not look like it's uphill, but I promise it is. Nice. Hole 5, our last backhand hole, is 266 feet. Pushes downhill, so it plays a little shorter than that. A2. Oh, it's gonna be inside a little bit. I'm gonna have a long putt. As I was walking down, I was trying to think, What did I do wrong? What was bad about that throw? Wasn't much the disc selection. I think the disc was right. I didn't push it forward enough, and I think that was simply because I threw it nose up on a downhill hole. You don't do that. I don't know why you don't do that. I don't know how to explain why you shouldn't do that. Don't throw nose up on a downhill hole because you just won't get the distance. Have I flipped this yet? No, I haven't. Just can't push this long. There is an OB creek behind the basket. Oh well. We'll have a top in par. There's ants all over my disc. All right. That concludes our backhands. Through 5, we're -2. Dope. That's actually not so bad. I was kind of hoping to have a little bit more breathing room than that, but that's okay. Either way, on to forehands. Let's get it. Hole 6 is 267 feet, I believe you just said. You have 2 sets of OB. You have the OB creek that runs along the left side of it, and then an OB pond that is on the right side. Gonna try to push a forehand through the middle. Now, you might be like,
Dan, what are you gonna throw? Please tell us what you're gonna throw on this 265-foot hole.
I'm throwing a Cloudbreaker 3. Why? Because I can pump it on Anheuser and it should be okay. This isn't helping me. But right now, it's kind of what I'm comfortable with. Get through. Okay, I think that's OB. I did not throw it hard enough because I'm scared of forehands. Okay, thankfully we had pushed somehow through these branches and everything, and we've landed in the open. Thank goodness we have a shot. Fortunately, we are too far away to run it, so we got to do a forehand approach, which I'm not great at. That's why I pull them so far. For a distance like this, if I could have, I probably would have just jumped to the basket, but I'm trying to be honest to the forehand approach, and that was really bad. Okay, it wasn't super bad. I may have over exaggerated. Alrighty, UDIS says this hole is 250 feet dead straight. Typically not a type of hole I would try whip out a forehand on. But we got to do it anyway. We're going to go with Crave. Try to be a little touchy with it. Come out of it. Come out of it. Come out of it. Oh, I love it. What a shot. That's got to be the best forehand on this channel yet. Is this tree in my way of my normal stance? Oh, it's kind of scary now. Birdie. Score. 1 under with the forehands. Hole 8 is 328 feet. Big forehand. You got to get something to flip up and push and finish hard because it's on an elevated platform around the curve. We're going with Felon. Got to get this actually a little higher than I think. It's really good, I think. That might have skipped into the trees, but I really liked the line I hit. I hit the exact line I wanted. I think I just underestimated how stable it would become. It didn't push as far as I wanted. I'm going to have a bid at it. A little light bid, though. Darn. Hole 9 is 171 feet. It's the second shortest hole on the course. It does play nicely for a big forehand hyzer. The difficult part is there's plenty of trees and there is a small gap to hit. Probably about 100 feet down. You got to hit it high on hyzer. So we're going A2. And I pulled it. I got really lucky. That was not a good throw. Turns out my subconscious is better than me at disc golf because I did not really hit the line I wanted, but I did give myself a 10-footer. Ooh. Score, -2. I could tie with 1 hole to play. I could technically beat my backhands. Uh-oh. Hole 10 is 285 feet. Got to keep something low. It's not super low ceiling, but it's a low enough ceiling that if I just try crank on something, it's going to hit it. Overstable, hopefully get a skip towards the basket. Going Trident. Ah, it's so high. It's around the corner. It's in the trees, though, I know it. Not exactly a great spot. Especially if I'm trying to forehand this. Like, that's brutal. Sticking to the rules, though. 20-footer to stay tied. All right, I'll take a par. This is a road to MPO thing, so we should probably think about what I did wrong. I'm scared of the overstability of discs with a forehand because early in my disc golf days, my forehands would all be turned over. I would roll my wrist and they'd all be turned over. So then I relied on super overstable discs. Then one day I decided to try fix my forehand and I would throw super hyzer with understable discs. And I got confident in that, so I started putting power in it. Then they all started being turned over. So now my brain says overstable discs turn over and understable discs turn over. So I got to try find that happy median and how to properly throw again so I could start putting power into forehands again. That's my debrief for that. Did pretty good. -2 for the forehand route, which ties our backhands, which means I'm going to have to flip a disc or just choose one on after this next 5 holes, unless this next 5 holes is my worst 5. Okay, hole 11 is in its long tees, so it's 356 feet, uphill slightly. Plays a little bit longer than that. Just get something pinned straight out there. Have a hyzer out. We're going instinct. Oh, I'm tripping. Pretty decent flight. It might be circle 1. Might be circle 2. A nice toss. I think we took a helpful kick off this tree back here. Kicked us towards the basket a bit. No pine cone? Oh, there's a pine cone. Whee! Pine cone. Sweet. I don't need to pick that up. Good birdie. Okay, hole 12 is a fun one. You just says 222 feet. Slightly downhill. Really forces this high turned over backhand that fades out. A big, nice S line. We're gonna be going hex. Tried to drop my phone into my bag and it bounced out and now it's on the dirt. It's really nice. Oh, I don't think the camera picked that up, but that missed the basket by millimeters. Oh my gosh, that would have been great. I'm actually getting really happy with my Anheuser release overstable throws. Those used to come out really early for me, a lot. It was very frustrating, but it's been more consistent with me now. So happy, progress is being made. That was a nice little toss. That was a nice little birdie. Hole 13 is 211 feet uphill and plays through this maybe 4-foot wide gap. We're gonna go with the forehand because it does push up the bumps and finishes to the right. Anything after that is a bonus. I think we might be putting. We got through the 4-foot gap. That's all that matters. All right, this didn't go nearly far enough. Probably should have went with the bird or something that I could have got straighter longer, but that gap off the tee just scares the daylights out of me. Beauty. Moving on. All right, hole 14 is dead straight, 314 feet, I believe. The highway right beside this kind of gives this a weird windy feeling. I feel like I have a tailwind, but I also feel the moment I start walking out there like I have a headwind. And sometimes across it's all over the place. Like it feels to my back right now. But 2 seconds ago, it also felt to my back when I was walking up here to explain the hole. Either way, it's going to send rock 3 out wide. Get her to come back to the basket. think I might have gone a little bit long. Putting was going too well today. Putts like that remind me that I'm not a pro yet. Okay, last of the anything goes holes. It's 252 feet. Pushes up and finishes just a little bit to the right. It's a pretty stock forehand hole. Going with the felon again. I think I put it a little long. So this is fun. I've put myself 18 feet away from the basket. But the basket is right behind that big old tree right there. So I don't actually have a putt. All right, I've moved the camera to over here because I think I have to straddle out this way around this tree. It's the only line I got, I think. Nope. Wide. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop second putting too. That's difficult to edit. Don't like second putting. I just instinctively do it. All right, cool. Cool. It's a good thing we made that comebacker. We're through 15. We went -2 on the anything goes holes. So now we have a decision to make. Not only was I not expecting to be tied through 2 of those sections, I was not expecting to be tied through all 3. I think we're going to do forehands only because I need to work most on my forehands. Despite the fact that we're having a really good round or a decent round, we're going to finish this course forehand only and see how we do. It's the one I want to do the least. So I think it's the one we got to do, you know? All right. Hole 16 is the shortest hole on the course. 141 feet. Plays dead straight over this river. It's the ace runnable hole on the course. So that's what we're going to try to do. Uh-oh. OB! Dang it. Hole 16's drop zone puts you on the other side of the creek for about a 50-foot jump putt with a nice little gap. So fingers crossed, let's try safe par. Bang! Oh! This is an unfortunate hole to take a bogey on. Good thing I don't got to do that. All right, hole 17 is a 238-foot stock backhand overstable hyzer hole. Pushes out this gap into the white oblivion that is past the gap and pushes hard to the left. So, forehand, it's par. Par is best case scenario, I think, on forehand here. We're going to take understable distance driver in the construct. We're going to try release it flat and high, and hopefully it pans over for us and gives us a circle 2 look best case scenario. Or that. See, you don't have to worry about throwing a disc into the big white expanse that is right there if you just don't make it to the big white expanse. I got 80 feet off the tee. This is in no way a time I would use a forehand. It's out there. Guess we'll see where we're at. Here's a decent question. Would you, as the viewer, prefer to see me throw a shot like that and be as in the dark as I am as to where it went? Or would you rather not see me throw, but see where it landed? Because I could have put my camera out into this field and you could have seen where it landed. But I decided to go with watching me throw. I don't know. 66 feet. Well, I was standing on it. So we are at the edge of C2. Gotta channel my inner Gannon Burr here real quick. Oh, I thought I did it. Dang, that would have been real nice. Bogey. Hole 18 is 217 feet, pushes up and to the right a little bit. Very low ceiling. I would typically be throwing a backhand through the right gap, but I can't do that. So we're gonna try to go low, skip shot. Got the low. That's such a nice disc. That's about as nice as it gets. We're on to hole 19. Now, if you're wondering,
Why, Dan? That's not a hole. That's just a line of trees. Don't throw into the trees.
well, that's practically what this hole is. There's a small little gap just to the right of that dead tree. It's right there that you're trying to get into. And then once you're through there, you want to push it just a little bit to the right. But I mean, last time I really complained about a hole on a tee, I aced it. Shout out last video if you haven't seen the last video. I'll put it here. Or I can just hit the tree and give myself no look to the basket in the middle of the bush. Great idea. Welcome back to the show. I've decided to change my channel. It's no longer disc golf, it is adventures. We are blazing trails through forests. If you're wondering, Dan, where's the basket? It's that way. If you're asking, Dan, how are you going to get there? I'm going to tell you with a forehand because I'm supposed to. And I don't know how. There is not a whole lot. That worked out a whole lot better than I ever could have thought. This was not fun. I gotta get. Ow! Par. Somehow we got out of there with a par. Okay, we've made it to hole 20. It is very warm and I'm sweaty. UDIS says it is 194 feet, which I don't really buy. I think it's a little longer than that, but that's besides the point. I don't know how I'm going to forehand this. This is very clearly a backhand hole. The forehand line sucks. So, good luck, old Danny boy. We've moved the camera so that you can see the throw a little better. I don't know how to do this throw. This throw is not going to be fun. I almost got to just try pin something straight. How do you throw a forehand straight? You don't. You don't throw a forehand straight. We're trying though. Hex, mid-range, throw it flat. Don't roll your wrist, Dan, you imbecile. That was not flat, and I rolled my wrist. All right, so 18 being an island hole, we didn't make it to the island. There is a drop zone, but it doesn't show where the drop zone is. It's just... Oh, yes it does. In a very cryptic way, this drop zone sign tells me to throw from this little thing on the ground. This little design. That's pretty cool. Downhill, probably about 45, 50 feet. I'm not even worried about it. Why would I be worried about it? That's crazy. You're worried about it. Okay, the bugs right here are really bad, so I'm going to be quick with this. 20 holes, that was a lot of fun. Honestly, I really see that my forehand sucks. Actually, I take that back. It doesn't suck. It needs a little bit of work. I was forced to throw it on a couple holes I really wouldn't have thrown it on. For a purposeful forehand turnover, this definitely needs to be worked on. Other than that, I thought I played pretty okay. I hit 2 drop zone putts. That was pretty cool. So, that feels good. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.